All right, so we got Anwar Scott in the building,
You gonna
aka
say the government though? You always
yeah,
wild as shit.
government, aka DMV Hoods and News.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you pulling up, man,
Man,
for
what's
real.
going on, man? Early straight, man.
Chilling,
Nigga, I'm
man.
tired of shit. This nigga got me out here doing interviews early in the morning. I don't care about today. The
Yeah,
job you do, you do this morning. I don't do mornings, bro.
yeah, nah,
I'm
nah,
on at 12 o'clock.
yeah, nah, hey, nah. I appreciate you pulling up though, bro.
mm-hmm.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so just kind of like getting started off with everything, man. Just talk about where you from and where you grew up and what was your childhood and everything like.
Yeah. All right, so I'm from Uptown, Northwest, most of my life. Not all my life for Uptown for real. I just recently moved like some years back. I moved to Southeast, or like South. I had lived a couple other places in the city, Southwest, Southeast, a little bit in Suitland. But like from literally, I had a Northwest birth certificate from 1 years old, from 0 years old to 25, 26 years old. I lived uptown, Northwest. I lived everywhere else, at all different parts of uptown, all the way up top near Rent House, Shopper. My great grandma used to live around 35 when I was young, but the neighborhood I grew up most of my life is Detroit Park. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, that's right by Howard and all that shit like that. I grew around there most of my life. Yeah,
So being from uptown, how did that like kind of like shape,
uptown was fun. Yeah, Northwest was uptown was fun. It was just like it was culture. You know what I'm saying? Uptown. Like now you go uptown, you really like you don't really you could it's like reminiscence of it, but it's not really there no more. You know what I'm saying? It's not what it used to be no more. So it's like it's kind of like I don't know. It was just like because I grew up in a somewhat mixed like so like I told you I used to live by like Petworth Metro Station. So the neighborhood was mixed. You had Hispanics and blacks. We all like lived with each other when we was kids. And then when I moved around Detroit Park, it was mostly like it was all black people. Wasn't no mostly black. It was all black people. You know what I'm saying? But like even with that, it was like always like a balance. Like yeah, we in the streets, but we ain't gonna let the kids see that. You know what I'm saying? Like we not gonna let the kids see that. You know what I'm saying? If you live in other parts of like northeast, southeast, and this and the third, don't get it twisted. The same shit go on uptown that it go in northeast and southeast, especially in my generation. I'm like the last generation of the pre-gentrification. It was going on everywhere, but you could tell uptown it was a certain level of code. You know what I'm saying? It was code of conduct. When I started hanging in northeast and southeast and start going places, it was like a little bit more looser. Like just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And third, like don't get it twisted. Like it wasn't perfect at all, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't realize I lived on a whole drug strip until I got older. You know what I'm saying? It didn't click into my mind because the old heads always used to like keep that away from us from seeing that type of stuff in a way. You know what I'm saying? If we couldn't avoid it, it's nothing we could do about it. But they try their hardest, and they'll be role models for the like. There will be real life role models for the community. Like you know what I'm saying? They really get on your ass. You walking around the neighborhood and you ain't let your mother know. And I remember this to this day. Shout out to it was an old head from my way, bro. I was like arguing with my mother. I was like 13 years old, right? 13 years old, and like everybody was outside on my block and shit. And I remember I was angry at my mother. You know, my mother had a little problems and shit. You know what I'm saying, growing up. But I remember specifically, I was like, man, I was mad at first. She didn't let me in the house. You know what I'm saying? I was just mad and furious about that. So I was like, nigga, fuck, I fucking hate her ass. And, I'm just going off. So nigga just realized came to me like, bro, don't ever disrespect your mother like that, nigga. I kill you. I'm like, bro, I'm only 13 years old, bro. He told me to kill me. But I saw the tears going out his eye. He told me he ain't had no mother. And you know what I'm saying? And, I never really got detailed to talk to him about that. But I'm pretty sure, like, I think it was more so like, you know what I'm saying? He probably did the same thing. But he ain't got no mother to talk to that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no mother. His mother died. So, you know what I'm saying? It was more so like, yeah, it was just like, damn, like, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your mother. You only got one mother and shit. So it was like, it was that type of level. You had to have that type of, and mind you, he was in the streets. He was on the block in the trenches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting down, getting money on the block. But he saw that. He's like, bro, I realized, like, if you wasn't the age you was, I realized I'd kill you. He realized I would smack the shit out of him, like for disrespecting him like that. But it was that's what it was. It was a sense of community. It was codes. It was a different era. Like it was codes. Like now these youngins they don't have no code. Like you know what I'm saying? We not having to shoot out with our grandma. You know what I'm saying? Out here like taking her clothes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like unless she in danger, like she taking her laundry clothes or her groceries in the house and nothing like that. Or we ain't doing this around her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really grew up around. That's the difference between Uptown. Like I say, was between Uptown and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think led to, that change in like
I
morality?
think um, just a new generation, and I'm glad you asked that question because I think our generation, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't scared to say my age. I'm 35, right? I think what my generation was, we wanted to be the young niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted to be the young niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, even to this day, people within that late 20s, early 30s range, they still in the clubs. You're still on Night Street. It ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong having a good time. But you still, like, portray yourself like you still a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? Out here. You know what I'm saying? When you really, like 36 years old with 3 kids and two baby mamas and you know what I'm saying? But it's like in your mind, your picture, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I see people I grew up with, like real life and music videos with guns and all type of stuff, like with the young niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like do whatever they on, I'm on, like type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Where we came from that and we need to be more role models and stuff like that for the community. But we want to be part of that action, you know what I'm saying? So I think our generation didn't really grow up mentally like our generation, we had the older dudes, and and another reason why I think of that is because a lot of the older dudes before our generation, like they got locked up. A lot of them with the law in or went to other little prisons and like when the prisons went to the feds. So we kind of had to raise ourselves. You know what I'm saying? In a way, we had a few old heads, but we had to really raise ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So being raised ourselves, we wasn't really rightfully guided. So you know what I'm saying? With the new generation, what we gonna do? We gonna be on whatever they wanna be on. I'm just saying in general. And I think that's what it is also. You know what I'm saying?
Growing up, what was like some of the challenges that you faced?
A lot of challenges, man. Academically and all that. Me growing up, with learning disabilities, what I'm saying, this, that, third, was a struggle in school. You know what I'm saying? I just realized I just called my mother like because I get distracted real easily. So I'm like very easily. Like I go from try to make the baby bottle to watching something on TV, like in the instance, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Mom, did I ever get diagnosed with ADHD? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, this explains a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. So, um, academically, and then like just neighborhood wise, like I never portrayed myself. You see me in person, I'm 6 foot, like I'm 6'3" in person. You know what I'm saying? I would never portray myself like I was an overly tough guy, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if push kind of shove, I'll fight and defend myself. You know what I'm saying? But like, as a kid growing up in Leroy Park in the '90s and the 2000s, that was rough. That was very rough. Like, you know what I'm saying? You been around my neighborhood, but you ain't been around like, me and you talk. You say you been around my neighborhood, and your sister with the school around there. But I moved around there when Leroy Park was Leroy Park. You know what I'm saying? When my street, I grew up on like the 300 400 block of Elm Street. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When my block was like, you know what I'm saying? When it was, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was the worst part of the neighborhood, but I'm just saying it was live and active and stuff like that. So I grew up in a neighborhood like where you had to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm coming from a whole different neighborhood. Yeah, it's stretches around there, but niggas chilling for real. You come around here, it's a younger 10 years older to hoop to get chased by the feds. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like living in Southeast and No West. You know what I'm saying? It was like that growing up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
How did all of that like kind of shape your perspective on how you view life and like
Uh, you know what? It took whiles, years, like to develop that, like to understand why everything was going like why. Like I always would question like why do people treat me like that? Like, and I didn't even get to it though. Like I got bullied a lot when I was young.
mm,
So like I got bullied a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy because I was always tall all my life. So
yeah,
I get bullied by a lot of older kids. Like, but the older kids might be shorter than me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you think a motherfucker like a youngin, he be a preteen like 12, 13 years old, right? But he bullying a 9, 10-year-old, but the 9, 10-year-old is older than him. I mean,
yeah,
bigger than him, like size wise, right?
yeah,
So like, yeah, so it was a lot of that going on this shit. So you know what I'm saying? I'm a believer. I'm a firm believer in the creator. So
mm,
I just believe like everything was decreed and meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
To like teach me lessons and stuff like that.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
To teach you lessons of like and this that, and third. So I think it molded me in a way where it's like because I was like just a real good happy kid growing up.
mm,
So I think like it taught me that life ain't fair. Like
yeah.
everything don't go your way in life. You know what I'm saying?
What drew you to like, this platforms like, Black Planet, MySpace, and Facebook back in the day?
Shit, he said MySpace and like, hey, how you know my age? I mean, yeah, I do come from that era though. He said Black Planet though. Damn, like that was the first joint I opened up was Black Planet, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think overall, I think it was just a cool thing to do in school to have a Black Planet and a MySpace and stuff like that and a Facebook at the time. You know what I'm saying? I just did whatever was the trend and cool things like that. But for the most part, I say for the most part, I guess it was my introduction to the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't even have my own computer. I go upstairs to my aunt joint and play on the computer. And remember we used to like back on the like the Black Planet MySpace, they used to have the little codes and shit, and you can edit your own joint, put your own music on that joint. Like we were like doing fucking computer software, fucking 13, 14 and shit. Like yeah, we dealing with IT work and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? But like yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think that was like kind of a beginning of everything. You know what I'm saying? For everything for me, something like that.
What's the difference in the online community from back then versus now?
Probably more aggressive, and it was like more unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially like if you was on Twitter back in the days, like 2013, 12, it was more of a troll account. Like it was a troll page. So you'll see you'll see people say some seductive shit. Like you remember, like I don't know if you recall. I remember Adam 22 got called out for saying some pedophilia type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some I rape babies and weird shit. But be honest with you, the whole internet was like that. Everybody was on the internet like that. Everybody was like, I real life would kick my grandma in the face, like just troll just to get a retweet or something. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So that like at one point, it was just like it was really, really like unfiltered back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you could say like homophobic slurs and racial slurs and you know what I'm saying? Somebody could troll on the internet and he ain't really he ain't like truly racist. I mean, he could be, he could not be, but you know what I'm saying? But somebody could say some racist stuff and nobody would get offended because he probably trolling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was definitely a difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I ain't really grilling Alex 22 about that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was doing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was weird as shit, but they was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
What eventually led to you creating DMV Hoods and News?
All right, so I was always watching like YouTubers, and you know what I'm saying. I was always on YouTube, since YouTube started. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like there was no coverage in the DC metro area. You know what I'm saying? Um, so and then like the people who was, who blew the shit out of me, DJ Cool. I don't know. Yeah, he was like a popular DJ from out here, but he's like a global hip hop DJ all over, right? And he started talking about DC, but it sounded so outdated, like you know what I'm saying. So he blew the shit out of me, bro. And I didn't say his name, but I went off. I went off about the real DC and the real DMV and all that other stuff, right? And I got like 7,000 views on YouTube. I never got 7,000 views just for talking. And I remember somebody approached me about my video one time. You know what I'm saying? They approached me about my video, and it was like, yeah, I saw your video about, yeah, you need to keep what you're doing. I'm like, oh, I bet. So what I started looking at, like, I started YouTube around the time of like the Chicago drill culture. So I reached out to some bloggers. It was like a blogger like Chicago World News and stuff. And I was like, man, I want to do something that that you do that I do for DC. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the real streets of DC, real street activity and stuff like that. And I'm gonna name it DMV Hoods and News. He was like, oh, I bet I'm gonna help you out. He realized like I did my first video. He helped me out. He shared it. He shared. He showed me love. Shout out to bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's that third. And he really showed me love. You know what I'm saying? And ever since that, I just kept working.
Who were some of the other like kind of bloggers that you
I
kind of
would
looked up
watch a
to
lot
from?
of Pat is dope. I mean, yeah, Pat is dope. Uh, Cutthroat TV. There was a lot of other interviews I can't think of. You know what I'm saying? Jukebox TV. I would watch a lot of their interviews even before I even thought about being a hoods and news. You know what I'm saying? I would look at like a lot of the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already hip. I was already hip because I was a go-go promoter, right? So I knew the culture was like slowly declining. Like I knew this off the break. You know what I'm saying? And I've been dealing with go-go events since I was like 2009. You know what I'm saying? So um, I knew the culture was just declining. So the whole time, what am I about to say? I would watch these like early interviews of Shy Glizzy, Fat Trail, Wale, Light Show, freestyle ciphers. Like just I really watched that shit and I'm like, damn, it's decent. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought like, and I was like, and what I did was I just avoided that space. You know what I'm saying? Of something that was needed for the culture, and I jumped in it. You know what I'm saying? With my own spin, my own twist of how I did it. You know what I'm saying? While at the same time give respect to the people that came before.
What was it like doing hood tours? Like,
Scary as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, I was on scary as shit, man. And I was, man, one time I was wearing my clay turds, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell by the interview I was nervous. Like I couldn't really answer questions real. Some neighborhoods it's cool. Some neighborhoods cool, like, all right, cool, they on good time, they on good vibes and shit. But some neighborhoods it's just like, cause you could just feel the atmosphere, like you could feel like somebody just shot their joint up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You feel like they gotta slide back and it's about to get active again, you know what I'm saying? You could just feel the atmosphere, like just something off, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was that interview. Then it was the interview I did around Paradise. Like just certain little locations you be like, I shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I still do them, but I just gotta make sure I'm good when I do. You know what I'm saying?
when something like when like when Zach TV got killed, like do you ever like see like instances like that and it kind of like make you go like, oh, maybe I might want to chill on
I
doing
don't
stuff like
never
that?
really think necessarily, especially if a motherfucker finance the interview off the break. I don't never necessarily think that somebody's gonna backdoor me. I be more focused on like who they beefing with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I be more focused on that because like it could really get real. It's been times it's been time. I been one time I did an interview. You know, it's statute of limitations, so I can talk about it though, because nobody died from the situation, right? I was around Bennett Road one time, right? I did an interview with shout out my boys. I ain't heard from Davo in a minute though, but that was my dog. You know, yeah, I did an interview with him one time. We was around Bennett Road 46, and I did an interview with him. The interview's still out right now, and at the end of the interview, I'm talking and shit, and it was a car. It was like a car with like two older dudes, right? And I was like, man, something just told me to walk away because I'm like, this ain't tripping. Like, this car just look all, you know what I'm saying? So the whole car did a run around a circle and then ran everybody over. I just had a feeling something was going to happen. And I walked over and like literally somebody flipped over and all that. It was an older dude. It was an older dude. And I think the dude was off the drugs. He was off the dippers and all type of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Davo, man. I don't know. Am I saying his name right? Yeah. But like I remember, like look up the interview, like been a row. I mean, I don't have that part of the footage, but I'm just saying in general, like right after I did the interview, dude just spin around in a circle and just run everybody over. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like you know what I'm saying? It's like weird shit like that. So yeah, it's things you gotta be. But something told me to walk away though. Like it was crazy, and I did it right on time. Like you know what I'm saying?
So when you cover different artists, like you cover people like Big Flock, Shabazz, Q the Fool, what like drew you to artists like that?
I was just giving the people what they want. People wanted to know like stories on Big Flock or Fat Trail or Cute the Food or Shabazz and stuff like that. Um, Getting the people what they want. So once I learned, because like really Hoods and News started on some street shit. Like I'm talking about the real raw street shit. You know what I'm saying? But just like with the Chicago drill rap, it come with music and street. You know what I'm saying? The music came with it too. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, people wanted to know about their favorite rapper. People want to know some police ass shit. Or he in the streets, is he active? Of course, I ain't putting that out there, but you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, so people wanted to know about their favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? Their favorite popular artists. So, I was just like, all right, well, cool, I'll give coverage on that, music on that, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think about like the current DMV rap scene or just the music scene in general?
Man, it's crazy right now, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I think it's fucked up now because a lot of our rappers locked up and they locked up doing serious time. Like, I don't know if you just heard about the rapper Uptown rapper, Milo Lee. He just got 14 years. His code D, Greedy got 10 off of selling. His charge was only marijuana. Like he gotta do 10 years for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just wild to me. Like, for the most part, his charge was just marijuana, and then they smacked him with 10. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else charges, it was like, yeah, they got caught. They got caught with fucking like I tell a rapper any day, if you in the street, man, stay the fuck away from fent. Like just stay away from it. Like at all times, bro. Cause what I'm realizing is if you active in the streets and the feds or the police feel like you did a lot more than what you were supposed to be doing out here. Or I mean, they're gonna get you on anything, but I'm just saying like they can't catch you. Like, say for example, you got like 3, 4, 5 bodies out here. I'm just saying, I'm not saying me go leave nobody. I'm just saying in general. Um, if you got like, if they know you got bodies out here in the streets, you shutting that niggas, and they ain't got no evidence on you on that, they gonna fuck around. Oh, all right, what he said? Oh, he's serving fent. All right, bet. I'm gonna get him on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bet I'm gonna get him on this. 20 years, like 25 years. Like, it's a rapper from out southeast, JG Ward. They gave him 62 years. He ain't even set no fent. They tried to give him that. I think they trying to send him to 62 years. He ain't even, like, you look at his paperwork, he ain't even served no fent. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's the quote unquote, I'm gonna say alleged. The alleged stuff that they say about that man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? But and they probably just ain't got no evidence about what he may or may not done. You know what I'm saying? And so they'll try to smack your head. So I think being a DMV robber, you cannot do both. You know what I'm saying? And if you do both, just be on some chill shit. Be on some get money. Don't be trying to get on the money and slide on the ops and like get some money in this shit. Don't get some money to financial shit and turn it to some legit shit so you don't ever have to do that shit again. You know what I mean? That's how I really feel about it. Like, just stay low key, stay out the way, and just focus on getting your money, your music. And I feel like the DMV rap scene hurt a lot, put in street activity, like literal street activity, trying to be like I'm be blunt, trying to be like Chicago, or New York, or Philly, whatever they doing that drill shit. You can't do this. It's federal land right here. You cannot. You can't fuck around like that. You know what I'm saying? Third, like, come on, think about it like this, man. I fuck a police chief became the head of FBI a year ago. Now everybody locked up. Think about it. God, think, bro. Real shit.
So how many rappers you feel like you put on like over the years?
I wouldn't say that's say put on, but I say I helped benefit and gave them a platform to do like the you know what I'm saying? Because I tell everybody, like, you get on my platform as an investment. It might do good, it might not do good. But I literally just recently just had like 2, 3 rappers that be like, man, I just got label email. You know what I'm saying? From a legit, like, one hit Warner Brothers, one. You know what I'm saying? Because label niggas, they follow me. You know what I'm saying? Label niggas follow me and shit, man. The hottest blogs, you know what I'm saying, it's connected to the labels and shit like that. They follow me. But I say I helped out a few rappers. A lot of people will contact me, DM me, be like, bro, you really helped me out, bro. I appreciate you. You helped me out early in my career, bro. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, man. Nah, no question.
Like kind of like on your like interviewing side of things, what's like probably your most memorable interview you done?
Mm, my most memorable interview. I got a lot of them, man. For real, for real. I think a lot of my early interviews, for real. Hold on, I got a few of them. I just said the little dude one. Definitely, I was motherfucking nervous as shit. 'Cause, me and little dude used to have like internet back and forth and shit. You know what I'm saying? We used to have internet back and forth and shit. And, yeah, that shit was crazy. But so I thought, well, like, oh shit, the back door real. You know what I'm saying? I think probably like my old interviews with Smacky, a rapper from out Paradise. He had got shot and paralyzed. That's probably one of my most beneficial, man. Get well, Smacky, man. Cause I caught a early Cruddy murder before he was Cruddy murder. You know what I'm saying? So I caught that interview. A lot of my interviews, I like doing interviews like in the outskirts of DC. So like I like doing it in Northern Virginia because like Northern Virginia robbers, or just in general like Moco robbers or anybody outside of it, because I come from DC, but we come from DC. We be so biased that we think everything else outside of DC is just soft. You know what I'm saying? It's just still in us to think that, and then they don't come from no real trenches. Where, like, you know what I'm saying? You go to a Northern Virginia, yeah, Northern Virginia not the hood, but Alexandria got some projects. You know what I'm saying? Got a few little projects pogging in that joint, and or like down Richmond Highway, they got little apartments that get little, yeah. Or you got Moco around 8800. They real live in the slums, like, but niggas don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know that because they look at Montgomery County as, oh, that's straight suburbs for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the suburbs, but they got a little shit going on out there too. You know what I'm saying? So I like doing those interviews. So I think one of my most memorable interviews, I say like rapper named Reggie Reg from out like the Woodbridge Dunfrey side. And I think an interview I did with a rapper named Driller about Alexandria. Very dope artist too. Him and what's the other rapper? Vonnie from the ATM. Like they two totally rappers from like Alexandria side. Um, Trying to think, it's a lot of memorable interviews, bro. Interviews I did out Landover. You know what I'm saying? With Trapped Out Gang. That was a crazy interview, man. I ain't gonna lie, that was a crazy, crazy interview. Shout out my nigga Ski. Um, a lot of interviews, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah,
Do you ever get like backlash from like the coverage that you can do?
every day, every day. I got threatened yesterday. You know, because I'm a promoter too. So like, you know, I did a lot of things. Like I got a lot of backlash for interviews I done. I got backlash for a lot of interviews I done. I got backlash for a lot of posters I done. A lot of commentary I done on because I used to do YouTube and commentary and stuff too. So like, yeah, I got a lot of backlash for that as well. You know what I'm saying? When people hit me, I'm like, bro, put that down. I hate to put down stuff because it's already out in the open. Why you want to put it down? Yeah, yeah, it's like that type of thing. So yeah. I just got threatened yesterday. It was basically I had a show, so I did a troll like a troll fly at MLK. Like yeah. I think you saw it on yeah. It was a troll. It was just the clickbait because you know I'm promoting the show, so I'm like, man, let me do some little clickbait shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, disrespect to Martin Luther King, but I realized like a nigga threatened me, whatever. I threw it on my DJ, made it seem like a bit, but they sent the threats towards me. So I was like, it was kind of funny to me. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I just think for the most part, like yeah, I get it every day. I get it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
How do you like handle getting threats and stuff like that?
Man, really, I just keep it calm because I
Uh-huh.
feel like it's the internet.
Yeah.
Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Internet's the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You ever had like a legitimate situation where people try to like
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna tell the story. This is the statute of limitations. I got pressed out by Q the Fool and Fat Max. That was crazy. Like that was crazy. But it was like, it was one of them situations. I ain't had no choice. Like I had no choice to take out that shit because it was like 50 against one. This was like prime 2017, 18. Q the Fool. Don Bino was blowing up and shit. Don Bino was there, man. Shout out to Don Bino, bro. Like I remember this to this day, bro. I went to a club because I think I had made a post about Fat Max some years ago, and I realized I walked out. I walked in the club after I made the post, but this when I first started showing my face a little bit, like on YouTube and shit, and I started showing my face and shit. So like I walked in that joint trying to get record some footage of the joint and them performing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Low key. Then I just saw Fat Max look at me. He's like, "Oh, ain't that who I think that is?" And he walked back over there with Q. And then whole time Q was like, "Man, what's up, bro? Come over here." And he was like, "Nigga, put that shit down." And like they not that tall. Like I'm tall. They ain't like they average height. So I'm like, man, I ain't scared of y'all for real. But Q the Food the ticket. You know what I'm saying? He drive like the ticket though, like real life. So like, man, they see me getting into an argument with Q, man. The whole like it went from me. It was like a little not rinky dinky joint, but it was like a little low key joint in a basement off Adams Morgan and shit. Not a basement, but it was a club. But it was like in the downstairs part. And like it went from him and I meet him like having like a little argument, but it wasn't like I wasn't trying to get on no gangster time. I was just like boom, 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 we going back and forth. It went from that to like the whole club, like ugh. Like everybody with that motherfucker surrounded the shit out of me, but I'm like, man, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, it took my man to tell me just do whatever you told him to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say you gonna do, just do it. And I'm like, all right, bet I'll do it. And then, after a while, we chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? I chopped it up with Fat Max and all that shit. But that was a wild night though. You know what I'm saying? That was a wild night, but you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was like little situations like that.
when did you decide to like shift your focus from being more YouTube based to like mainly being on Instagram?
When I started getting paid more. Like, it's crazy now because YouTube paying more money, but they demonetize me. So it was like, yeah, I've been demonetized for like, I think about going on 3 years. Yeah, so it's like, it's hard as shit to get your monetization back when you YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? They'll do their hardest to not get that shit back to you. But, yeah, I think that was the main thing. That was the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Cause YouTube, I feel like if I kept consistent with YouTube, I probably eventually would start getting paid good money off that. But it just wasn't coming at that. It wasn't coming fast enough. Like I'll probably get little spontaneous little $300, $400, $500 checks, but it just be spontaneous. Had the videos on my page getting demonetized because I'm cussing too much and shit like that. I didn't really know anything about YouTube. Like I didn't know YouTube like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing interviews and everything. It was just enough. Like, problems I had a podcast, so I used my YouTube money to finance my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like the little checks I was getting off of that. You know what I'm saying? And I really just put my shit to Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And just stay focused on that.
Do
Like,
you
you know what I'm saying?
do you feel like Instagram is more effective as far as like reaching people and like growing your brand more than YouTube?
I think all of them are effective equally in their own different way. You know what I'm saying? I think they're both. I think they're both effective. Like I think if you put all your all, it's crazy how TikTok getting shut down. But I try to start. It's crazy. I got a following on TikTok. I just don't know how to use that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't know. Like I don't. I think it's more so I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So like so I just really stick to Instagram for real. It's crazy how TikTok about to get shut down and they talking about getting it shut down and shit. But like I would tell anybody get all platforms and don't be lazy on one. This and that. I'm taking this advice from me because I've done it. Don't focus just on one platform. My biggest regret because I have a Twitter too, so it's like I focus so much on my Instagram. I forgot to build my Twitter up too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be so focused on that. I'll be forgetting like, damn, I got a whole YouTube platform and little shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
What's like the differences between promoting, like being a promoter and like being a blogger?
It's a vast difference. You know what I'm saying? I mean, promoters sometimes you gotta be out in the front. You know what I'm saying? When you're a little bit of both, it's kind of like I'm kind of like walking in a contradiction in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing about it, you can use your platform to promote your events. You know what I'm saying? So I got this big platform, 100,000 people, and you know what I'm saying, over 100, 200,000 people, and you know what I'm saying, you use that platform to what I'm saying, build your events and do good shows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you enjoy doing more, promoting or blogging?
Blogging. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm just so deep in the mud with it being a event planner. It's like it's hard to just jump out of that shit. I've been in this shit for like I've been doing that for like what I say it's 2025 now. I say 16 years. I was doing that for 16 years. So like it's hard to just jump out of that. You know what I'm saying? When you something you've been doing for a long time. But if I really had a choice, I'd really honestly just be a full-time blogger. Like wake up, go to sleep blogging. Like interviews every day. At least knocking out 3, 4 of them joints every day. Doing the podcast, I'd rather do that full time, any day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
At what point did you like start deciding that you was like, okay, I'm gonna start like because you wasn't like showing your face at always,
I
right?
think a little bit like probably like 2 years after my business. You know what I'm saying? I started showing my face just a little bit, but I wouldn't show my face full time. Then third, and then like I think probably like 2020 when the pandemic happened, I just started getting on live and shit. I just started showing my face full time. Like fuck it, you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever like, I guess, do it for like a safety reason? Like you just didn't want people really knowing?
I'm like keep it 100. Like I'm outside. I'm like very social and I talk to it, but in real life I'm very private. In real life I'm very private. I'm a I could kind of I don't want to say I'm a introvert, but I got introvert ways. You know what I'm saying? So I like sometimes I like peace. I like being in the house by myself. I like to just relax, clear my mind, my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. In the comfort of my home. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a homebody. I like to be in the house. You know what I'm saying? Of course, for business reasons, I gotta go out in the club and party, and I mean, yeah, I gotta do that. But as far as like but as far as like yeah, as far as like in my general life, five like out of the 7 days of the week, 5 days I like to just be in the house and chill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's more me.
Do you is it hard for you to like separate business and everything from like your personal life?
Sometimes yeah, sometimes yeah, sometimes it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because people call me Hoods and News. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Like at one time it used to make me mad a little bit, but after a while you gotta embrace it. You know what I'm saying? And I had to think about when I first started my platform. I'd be like, man, it's your boy DMV Hoods News. You know what I'm saying? When I first started being YouTube, I was like, it's my boy. Then so I never like me growing my brand. I never thought about you because when you got Say Cheese, you got Sean Carter. When you got No Jumper, you got Adam 22. You got only one that got it that names itself off his brand is Academics. You know what I'm saying? But it's a difference though. Like you got Academics and DJ Academics. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhat of a difference in the way it's like a personal person and the non-personal person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like with me, everybody like Hoods and News, Hoods and News. You know what I'm saying? Nobody be like Anwar, or whatever. Nobody know me on a personal, like you know what I'm saying? Not saying I want everybody to know everything about my life, but it's like it's no distinction of the owner and whoever. You know what I'm saying?
What's it like when you out in public? Like, do you get like
Yeah. I get a lot. I think for the most part, probably 99% is always love. It's always love, you know. No love. I probably get a little backlash, like somebody probably confront me, but they always do it in a respectful way, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because they see my size, they off the break be like, I ain't gonna just come at them and try to press them out, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a say my grievances, and I'm like, nah, just tell me what's going on. What's the problem? And he be like, oh no, it's love, man. You know, it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then we talk it out like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I never had a situation with somebody like, except for like that situation I told you that happened at the club, but I never had a situation where a motherfucker like try to like get angry and like use, you know what I'm saying? Try, you know, nah, I never had that. Not say they won't happen, but you know.
You know, you've been doing this for a long time, and you got, you know, you done helped a lot of people. Do you feel like you a legend?
Mm-hmm. Respectfully, so yeah, I feel like I'm a legend. Why can't I be a legend? You know? And I stayed in it because a lot of people who did it. Shout out Pat is dope. You know what I'm saying? He got a shoe store now. Everybody migrated and did other things. I still blow. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference with me.
You got like any regrets in everything you've done?
I
Like,
think previously what I said. I think I overindulged in like events. Me focusing being a promoter instead of being a blogger and not prioritizing DMV Hoods and News and not really branding myself the way it was. You know what I'm saying? Like I was supposed to. I think like my biggest regret. You know what I'm saying? For real, and not taking this seriously early on. Because for the first 2-3 years, it was a hobby to me. Now into like my fourth, fifth year, I realized, oh shit, it's a real business, and I can make money from this. You know what I'm saying?
lastly, man, would you want to say anything to the people that, you know, be fucking with you, you know, supported you all your years with, you know, with blogging, promoting, anything that you've been involved in?
Thanks to everybody who supported me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to all my followers on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everybody that was been there from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy. You know, it's crazy. This is going to be the most ironic shit. It's going to be crazy. Shout out my boy Tay from VA. This is one of my first, like, I remember, like, somebody that was a real fan of me. He was like, I think he had, like a walking disability or something. He has talked to me, bro. And I hope he reach out to me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, and say what's up, bro, because he was like my day one supporter back in the day, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, when I first started this shit. I used to always show him love and shit, man. And I still remember, bro, you know what I'm saying. I always wanted to see how you was doing and shit, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, like, but just like individual people. Like I just always wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the first subscriber on DMV Hoods and News. Shout out to all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it.
All right, Anwar Scott, appreciate you for pulling up, man. Mean
Man,
a
no, no
lot, bro.
question, no questions, man. I definitely appreciate it, man. Shout out to this platform. I'm sharing this on my YouTube, sharing this on my Instagram. It's a very dope platform. Everybody's an influencer. Don't be bad and bougie and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got up 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30 in the morning off a hangover, and came straight to this joint, man. Y'all better pull up, man. Pull up, man. You know what I'm saying? If I can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Keep on the grind, man. Keep working, man.
I appreciate you, man. That's love, bro, for real.
Yeah, no questions, man. No questions, man. We gone, man.